This week's Torah portion of Parshat Tisa contains within it one of the most infamous known sins. It is the sin of the Jewish people, the sin of the Chet HaEgel, the sin of the golden calf, whereby the Jewish people worship what would appear to be idolatry, an idolatrous golden calf. And it's a very strange thing because the Jewish people certainly seem like they subscribed to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to God. They experienced the exodus of Egypt. They witnessed the miraculous events that transpired and that escorted them upon exit from Egypt and in Egypt itself. And so it's very difficult for us to understand how could they return and become subservient to an idolatrous figure, to a motionless statue of gold such as the Egel HaZahav, this golden calf. And many commentaries spend time discussing this, understanding it, or trying to comprehend how and what exactly happened. I heard an interesting interpretation by Rav Chagai London, and he explains as follows. The Jewish people, when they came out of Mitzrayim also comes from the Hebrew derivative, the Hebrew word of Meitzarim. Meitzarim are boundaries. When the Jews were in Meitzarim, when they were in Mitzrayim, in Egypt, as we would know it, they had boundaries around them. They were constricted. That is the consequences of being enslaved. One cannot physically do what they want, and they also are mentally constricted from being able to express themselves freely, wholeheartedly. And so the exodus of Egypt was meant to infuse in the Jewish people the ability to now become limitless, boundless, to be able to express themselves, to be able to discuss, converse, and freely explore that which the world had to offer them. And as such, build their character, attributes, qualities, morals, and ethics, and be able to certainly contribute to the world around them. But what did they do? They built, instead of that, in fear perhaps of being exposed to the world, in fear perhaps of that task in front of them, of having this limitless existence where they could go out and freely express themselves and articulate and artistically express themselves. They built a Chet HaEgel. Egel, as we know it, is calf, according to the simple interpretation. But Egel also comes from the Hebrew word ma'agal. Ma'agal is a circle. What they longed to do, once again, was to return to Meitzarim, Mitzrayim, borders, boundaries, to place themselves within a Egel, Ma'agal, a circle, where they could not necessarily freely express themselves, where they could not necessarily explore the world and territories around themselves. Out of fear of that freedom, they looked to once again constrict themselves within their existence. And this was where they went wrong. God said, no, to be free means to explore. To be free means that you now have the opportunity to make up your own minds, to converse, to discuss, and to ultimately really appreciate the opportunities that are around you. Every single person should have that opportunity. No one should feel constricted. As we know, people who suffer from mental health challenges and illnesses, they do feel constricted. They feel confined to their small space. And ultimately, we are looking to heal, to help, and assist them so that they too can be and experience an exodus from Egypt, an exodus from that enslavement within themselves, that they should understand that they do have talents, that they do have the ability to converse, to explore, and to contribute to the world around them, to release them from that Chet HaEgel, from the Egel, the limited boundaries of existence, and to understand that the world around them can and should be expansive. Every person has the right to feel and understand these feelings, this ability. This is the Torah way, it is the Parsha way, and it is the Gila way. Shabbat Shalom.